Hello everybody, this is Tazilon. I'm here in Prokhorovka, standard mode, south spawn in my T-71 for volume 16 of the Lighthouse original tutorial series, What Would You Do? This is the series where at various times throughout the battle I will stop the replay and say, okay, now you're driving my tank. You see the situation? What would you do? And then after a short pause, I'll tell you the decision I made and why I made it. And that brings us to the very first decision we have to make. You can see the lineups. You can see where we're starting at. The very first decision you're going to have to make in this battle is, how are you going to scout here? You're going to go to E1 and try to passive on the 1-2 line? Are you going to go half-court spotting down the middle of the map? Are you going to go over to the hill? What would you do? And here's what I'm looking at. We got 3 artillery apiece and 2 scouts apiece. They have 5 TDs. Importantly, they have 2 E25s. So the SP-1C, it's not really that fast. I don't have to worry about it beating me to E1. 1390 can definitely beat me there based on where it is in spawn. The E25s can get over there and spot me as I come in, depending on where they are on spawn. And so right away, as a starter right out of the box, I'm not going to the hill because it's encounter. It's not encounter. It's standard, so I don't care about the hill that much. The west is the key to this battle. So I know I'm going to be working on the west side of the railroad tracks, but do I go to E1? No. I'm starting at the very right-hand side of my spawn. That extra 75 to 100 meters I have to travel to get to E1 means I'm not going to get there first. The enemy team's going to beat me if they choose to go there. And so there's no need me trying to get defensive and getting shot right away. I'm just going to not go to E1 at all. What I'm going to do instead is I'll make my initial run up here and bend over. And then I will come over here and work in this area a little bit just to see if I find anybody over there. And if I don't, just as telling to me is, does anybody over there light me up? Even if I can't see them, is there somebody over there that can see me? Because that lets me know that there's a scout up in E1, and then I can begin to take countermeasures to expose him. Most of the time, scouts in E1 don't want to fire because it'll reveal their position. So you can go over there and let them light you up, and that is a telltale sign that they're hiding up there. Then you can start shooting into the various bushes until you find out which one of the bushes the guy's hiding in and force him to move away. So I'm coming over here, see if I'm lit up. So far, so good. If they're up there, they should be able to see me, and they don't. The SP-1C is working the center, but the 1390 is nowhere to be found. I'm willing to bet he's creeping up there. One of the things you can do if you want to get to the E1 area and you think the enemy is going to oppose you is you just wait. He can see the RU-251 and me getting lit up in the middle. So what he will do is pull into a bush here, wait until he sees us both get over on this side of the map, and then he'll pull up into E1 because he knows that we're far enough away we won't see him ingress into that position. And so I fully expect with me being over here that now if the 1390 wants to be there or E25 wants to be there, they just moved up into that position. This is a little bit of baiting on my part. I deliberately give him the chance to go there. And now I'm going to see if I can flush him out. At the moment, I don't need to worry about it because they don't have anybody close enough to shoot our people in the back there. Our guys are sitting way in the back. They're going to have to move forward if they want to attack them. So hopefully, and here comes a 4502B. See him coming in, so I just have to keep him lit up. And our team should be able to take him out. Now watch what happens. The 4502's headed down that way. He's going to light up again in just a second. Here comes the 1390. The 1390 wants to lead the charge, so he left his spotting bush and he's coming forward. Now I just have to keep him lit up as long as possible without taking hits. And hopefully my team can take him out. .1390's trying to get to the lead. I don't have to spot right now. He's close enough that they can spot without me being there. I'm figuring between 2 mediums and a TD and 2 artillery they can make short work of the AMX, but they don't. He's still alive. One of our artillery just died. He never should have been able to get that close, but they apparently either couldn't shoot or weren't paying attention and didn't shoot. There goes the 4502, and as soon as he dies, 3 more TDs expose themselves coming in from the north. Had they all 5 tanks come together, they probably would have beaten us, but since they came in waves, we are able to have a sufficient defense to withstand their charge. There's no hope for the RU-251. I'm not even going to try to save him because I'll die too. The 8.8 is almost dead. He ends up somehow not dying at the moment. He gets away. And I'm really wondering what our WT Alpha Panzer IV is doing, because it seems like he's asleep at the wheel here. There should have been more tanks dead. So I'm just going to come over here and try to expose the tanks that are over here. I have the 25/2 lit up. I'm just going to keep circling and keep him lit up, and hopefully they can get rid of him. I'm pretty certain the 8.8 retreated because he only has like 27 hit points left. I think he backed up in the T-30, and not certain where he went. He doesn't look like he's pressing forward with the attack though. I don't think they realize how weak we are over here. They could have taken this flank completely if they'd all rushed together, or if the 3 follow-up TDs had pressed forward, they would have won the engagement. Seeing the information on the battlefield from my point of view, I have the advantage of knowing how many of my tanks are over here, and they don't. So they overestimated our potential to defend, and in the long run it ends up costing them the fight. I'm wondering now, how does the 25/2 get all the way down there and he's still alive? It's like our guys aren't shooting well. There's the T-30, there's the E-25. Coming over here to take a look with the low. I want to just peek up over here and see if I see anybody. Nope. Low's retreating. I wanted him to stay up in the middle. I would have made a run toward the north to see if I could expose Artie. But with the Loa backing up, it's not really good to do that right now. I'm concerned the E-25 and T-30 were going to press forward, but it doesn't appear like they're going to, because the Alpha Panzer would have been able to see them. So basically right now I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do next. The TDs aren't looking like they want to attack over there. The IS-8 just declared a loss on our part, which he doesn't understand that I'm not going to lose this. So I'm waiting, looking, thinking. What would you do? We know the 3 artillery are over on Camper Road. We know the medium and heavy are up here. To me, I gotta run for it. I should have an open flank. I should have an open path all the way up here. Hopefully light up some artillery. There's the E-25. He spots me going over the hill. He's pointed the other way, so I'm going to watch him. Is he going to turn around and come after me? It doesn't appear to. So hopefully I can light somebody up, and hopefully the Loa can help me take out an artillery or 2. There goes the Lorraine. He's running. That means he's not loaded, so I want to just move in behind him and kill him. There's the 212 Alpha over there. I'm not going to have enough ammo left to kill him once I kill the Lorraine. So I'll turn back, and as I go over this little hill, I'll reload, and then decide what to do as I reload. Both the Artie shot at me and missed. The Loa is slowly pulling forward. I'm going to take a look over here to the right just to see what I see. Okay. All the way down in the southeast corner, we see their T-54E1 and the IS-8. We know the E-25 is up in here. The T-30 is up in here. The 8.8 has to be over here somewhere, don't know where. And the 212 Alpha's over here. I didn't see Artie over in this area, so I'm assuming the GW Panther is over in this corner as well. What would you do? I'm going to run forward because I don't know, I can't really tell how good a position the 152 is in. He seems like he's in a kind of strange position. As a matter of fact, he's down in the water, and he just died. So he's no help. We have potentially 3 or 4 tanks converging on the 430. I'd like to go take out the artillery, but the 430 really needs my support more than the benefit I would get from going arty hunting right now. So I'm coming back. Figured I can help kill the 8.8 if he's not alive by the time I get there. Unfortunately, he's just behind a little ridge, so I can't see him. I have to get a shot. Here come the medium and the heavy. I want to stop and see if I can snipe them, and just as I aim in, they disappear. Oh well. Over to the 8.8. He dies. Ta-da, not good. Now we have 2 tanks coming in on the 430. There's the T-30 over there. I'm going to stop and I can get free sniping on him. He's pretty well off. Dial in, he's 450 meters away. The tanks to my south are over 400 meters away. I can unload my whole clip on this guy. Nobody can see me. Don't have to worry about being out in the open. Nobody's close enough to see my tank. But I bounced my last 2 rounds. Have to reload. People starting to cap. 1 tank started to cap. Potentially there's going to be another joining him soon. Do I go and finish off the T-30 and then the arty? Do I head back toward cap? What would you do? And again, to me, not a choice. That second guy gets on cap, and all of a sudden that somewhat lengthy time to cap becomes small. I'm going to pull in here. My 430 is sitting over to the right of me. I'm just going to pull up in the bushes and proxy or passive spot while he shoots him. I hope he's far enough away I can shoot and I don't hurt the guy, but I try. I'll pull up a little more. Come on, 430, you have to take this guy out. And they apparently backed up. I'm not going to see him. I'm not going to rush in because I don't have a whole lot of confidence in the 430. They've the people over there in the southwest corner showed a great propensity not to be able to kill tanks earlier in the battle. I don't want to stake my life going in on 1-on-2 with a medium that doesn't appear to be able to deliver a kill shot. So at the moment they aren't capping. I have a speedy tank. Even if they both cap, I have about probably 45 seconds to get back. I have plenty of time to get back, so I'm going to move north and try to help the Loa out against the T-30 and the artillery. There's the T-30. I'm hoping he can finish him off. There's an arty. I'm going to go in on the arty. One of them, who was it? GW Panther took out the Loa. Good news is he just shot the shot. He just shot. I don't have to worry about him shooting me for a while. So I only have 1 shell left. I can't finish the GW Panther with 1 shell. I have to reload. There's the IS-8 moving back toward cap. And here comes the T-54E1. I'm reloading. I can't let the T-54 see me, so my only option is to run back toward the GW Panther. I can reload faster than him. I don't have to worry about that. But I know the T-54 is coming for me. What would you do? I'm going to try to circle around to the left. I'm going to reload in just a second here. Make a drive-by assassination on the GW Panther. And hopefully be able to evade the T-54. I'm seeing he's going to be coming right toward me. I'm going to use this tank, hopefully throw off the shot. Yay, he shoot over my head. I get to kill him, and I'm just going to press on down to the south. I only have 3 rounds facing the T-54E1 head-on. Probably not a good idea. I'm going to have a hard time hurting him on the move, coming straight at him. Meanwhile, he won't have any trouble hurting me. But here's the problem. This guy's chasing me somewhere right in here. I imagine he's going to break out of the bushes pretty soon to where I can see where he's at. I know the IS-8 is down here. I don't want to cut across the middle ridge and let the T-54 light me up so the IS-8 can shoot me as well. I don't want to turn back right now because I'm reloading. I can't face the guy. Well, I certainly can't ram him to death without dying myself. And if I keep coming down to the south, eventually I'm going to be trapped between the 2 of them. So I'm in kind of a sticky situation here. What would you do? I have one advantage in this situation that the enemy is totally unaware of. The T-54E1 is chasing me. He is the hunter. He is intent on following me, exposing me, and getting me caught in a crossfire. He has every confidence that he's going to end up with me trapped down at the bottom. He does not know that he is about to become the hunted. Because my plan is to move down here, get my concealment back, get reloaded, then I'm going to turn around and hang out in the bushes, and as he comes barreling past me, I'm going to pick him off before the IS-8 can intervene. It's the only way I can see to get out of this with a one-on-one that works to my advantage. And here comes the T-54E1, nice enough to come straight down the road. He sees me, but I'm behind this little mound that the road is on, so that IS-8 can't really do anything to me. I'm out. I got my concealment back. I'm going to come back here, stay over to the left because he's coming down the road, and I'm going to use the bushes to conceal me as he approaches. Watch what happens. He doesn't know he's being stalked. There I get a shot in the side of him. There I get a kill shot, and now I'm out of dodge. Back to the north before the IS-8 can ruin my day. The best defense is a good offense, as the T-54E1 just found out. He thought he was hunting me. He never realized that I didn't want to play that game, and I ended up hunting him. So the IS-8 got one shot at me and missed. Now I have a huge view range advantage over him. I will pull back here and see if I can spot him at distance and finish the game right now.
Target acquired. Target released.
Don't want to use auto aim. It's going to shoot behind me. Bounce. Hit. One more hit does him in. Oh, I thought I got him. I must have hit right behind him. Either that or it bounced on him. So I'm pulling over. I'm reloading. Hopefully I can get him spotted again. And he starts capping. And he continues to cap. Which, as you know, I go on about this on many, many films. You must not watch my films. When you have a tank with less view range than the other tank, and you're in a late game situation, the last thing you want to do, if the other tank is mobile and has the speed to get back, you do not want to cap. He has no idea where I am. I know within 100 meters of where he is. Every advantage possible he has just given to me. And so my choices are now. Your choice is this. Do you want to come back in around this way, coming across the open terrain? Do you want to do like I did when they were both capping and come down through the bushes? Or do you want to go on the other side of the railroad tracks, come all the way down here, and pop out back here? What would you do? In choice one, where you come back across this way, that's an obvious nope. We aren't even doing that, because why would I approach in the open and give him first shot? Don't want to do that. Second choice, coming down into the bushes, not a bad idea, except for the fact he's a heavy driver and he has a feeble mind. He doesn't think in depth. He knows that he saw me up here, therefore, in his feeble, heavy mind, I will attack him from up here. I will be coming down somewhere like this. So he's going to be sitting this way with his gun pointed to the north, because the attack has to come from the last place he thought a threat. That's just the way his brain works. Meanwhile, I'm a devious, sneaky scout driver. I'm not going to play into his hand. Yes, I can shoot him without him seeing me, but if for some reason I misgauge and he somehow sees me when I fire, I'm not as concealed as I thought I was, and he shoots me, and he ammo racks me, I could conceivably die in one shot. Why take that small possibility of that happening? I will come down the outside, pull in this way, get a shot in his side, and he will die. And I will get the win. He will get a coffin. So here we go. I'm going to pop up, hopefully have a shot into his side, place it well, get a shot right in his hull, and he dies. There he is, looking that way. Yay, knew it, dead. game over. Worked out perfect. For the battle, I got 1,989 XP. I had 2,189 damage and 5 kills, 1,309 assisted damage, 4 spots, and I don't know if you noticed, but I killed all 3 artillery, so I got a Pascucci medal to add to my collection. 2 key moments in this battle. The first, really, was when I decided not to go to E1 right off spawn. Because had I gone over there, most likely I would have been spotted trying to get up to the bush. Most likely I would have taken damage going up to the bush, and it would have changed the whole flow of the fight. So recognizing the fact that really the decision maker to me was that I started on the right hand side of the spawn. So that adds about 75 to 100 meters of distance I have to travel. That puts me far enough behind in the race that I'm going to get there second. And you don't want to be second in that race. You want to be first. So I chose not to even run the race. Go do half-court spotting instead. And because of the way the battle played out, they attacked in waves instead of all together, and that let our inadequate defense be adequate. And then the next key moment was after I'd killed the GW Panther with the T-54E1 hot in my heels headed to the south. I recognized the fact that, hey, I'm going to get caught between both tanks. My odds of surviving that and killing both are pretty low. So I need to do something to put the odds temporarily in my favor. So I reversed. Instead of being the hunted, I became the hunter. I got concealment. I changed direction, used my bushes to hide what I was doing. And as he went flashing by me, it allowed me to get a 2-shot kill and escape before the IS-8 could respond in an adequate way. And then from there, it's just a simple matter of outwitting a heavy. And in most battles against, obviously there's some really good heavy drivers out there, okay? But in most battles, a rock can outwit a heavy. So I was banking on the fact that I could do that here as well. So I end up having a good battle, getting a win, and it's all because when the critical time came, I found a way to take a bad situation and turn it into a temporary advantage for me. And then I was able to move on. And you'll find yourself in battles where maybe there's a lot more tanks still in the battle. If you can take a bad situation and create a 10 to 15 second gap where the advantage is in your favor and you're successful at it, you've just made the fight a little bit more even. And then you find another temporary advantage and take advantage of it and make the battle a little bit more even. And pretty soon, you've brought your team back on even par and gone on to victory. From Prokhorovka, happy hunting.